So Get Out. Get Out is about a black man who's dating this white girl, and they're going to his girlfriend's parents, and he's a little bit uncomfortable by this because they don't know that he's black, and a series of events kind of happen while they're there that makes everything even more uncomfortable. Guys, this is just kind of a weird movie. It's written and directed by Jordan Peele, who, if you've maybe seen the Key and Peele show, I believe it's called, on Comedy Central, they do comedy, kind of like sketch shows. They also did a movie last year called Keanu. This is the first movie he's written and directed. It's a horror thriller comedy. It's kind of a weird movie. It also has the message of racial and stuff like that. This is just an odd movie, guys. This movie's just so different. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's actually a good thing. I'd put that more in the positives for this movie than the negatives. But this movie is weird. It is different. It is strange. I have to say, I think it's kind of... It's a slow burn, kind of, but that's not really the right word, because I wasn't ever bored by it. There is a lot of tension. There's a lot of weird, creepy, strange things going on. But it's not like a lot of horror movies where it's just a lot of weird, crazy, strange. It's just little teeny tiny, strange, creepy things going on. And so, I mean, it was... The beginning is definitely different than the ending of this. I don't know how else to explain it. Now, I said this movie's a comedy in a sense because, first of all, there's some scenes where the main character, he's talking to the parents of his girlfriend, and there's some comedic moments there, but the big ones come from an actual comedian who plays a role in the movie. He's this friend of the guy that he, calls and says, hey, this weird thing's going on. And those parts were kind of great. They were pretty amazing. I forget the name of the actor or the comedian who actually plays this character. I'll put his name in the bottom there. But it's great comedic relief in a very strange movie. I think performances all around are great. Some of the characters are just kind of cartoons, they feel like, essentially. They're just characters, and I don't know. It was jarring. They're kind of supposed to be, I think. And this movie's just different. It's weird. Uh, and I'm talking more about negatives now, I guess. There's some scares in this movie that they don't make any sense. Like, you see in the trailer, one character's just running straight at the sky and then just all of a sudden turns. And you don't really understand why. I mean, you get why it kind of eventually, but it doesn't make sense. It's just there to kind of freak you out, the audience out, but it doesn't work in the actual story. Like I said, the pacing, it's pacing or slow burn. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a little off. The movie just gets a little too weird for me. It starts out very normal, I think, for the most part, and then it just kind of goes into the freaky, freaky, freaky freak zone, and it was a little too much for me. I think that if you are someone who can handle really strange, weird movies like this, you might actually love this. Personally, for me, it went a little too far. I didn't love it like I wanted to. It's at a 99% on the tomato meter, so obviously people are loving this movie. I don't love it. It's good. I like it. It's a little too much for me. I also there's a big twist reveal at the end, sort of, and I kind of guessed it, like, within a half hour. I was like, okay, so that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen. The ending itself, I wasn't too surprised with, but I wasn't necessarily, like, I didn't 100% know what it was gonna be, but yeah. And something else that happens towards the end is the character starts doing things that just don't make sense to me, like all horror movies do. And in the end, it just kind of turned into a horror movie at the end, and it just, like I said, this isn't a bad movie. This is a very good directorial debut for Jordan Peele. It's fantastic. If I ever direct a movie, like this that gets put onto the big screens, I hope that my directorial debut is as good as this film. In the end, though, I just didn't particularly love it. It was a little too much for me, a little too weird, a little too strange. In the end, I'd probably give this movie a 6 out of 10. It's a very good movie. Go at your own risk. I can't necessarily recommend it, but if you are someone who likes this kind of a weird, strange thing, you might like it. So yeah, guys, that's my score, 6 out of 10. Guys, if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Hopefully going to be seeing Kong soon. Might try to do a review of Godzilla, the one from 2014? I think it's 2014, since it is technically part of a shared universe now. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll have some videos coming soon, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.